Okay, I'm going to try to condense this a little bit. I'm a little upset. Actually, I'm rather upset. So, posted a day at 11:03 a.m., which was about 6 hours ago. Day 4, just, acknowledging it and journalizing it pretty much. Being impatient isn't going to help your case. I didn't make any statement based on time sensitivity in any way, shape, or form. I simply was journalizing and posting the fact that it had been day 4. That doesn't show impatience, that just shows proper calendaring. And then Joshi. You were banned for repeatedly breaking the rules and being kicked 3 times despite the rules having been constantly explained to you and receiving more warnings about it than anyone in the history of the clan chat. Okay? Warnings aren't bans and warnings aren't kicks. And normally kicks lead to bans, and a temporary ban leads to a permanent ban. So how did we go from warning getting kicked to being banned? I feel that it escalated rather sharply. You have been told we are discussing it by multiple people in this thread. Yes, I know, I acknowledged this above when I put okay, thank you C-Star. To C-Star's comment, we still discussing it, buddy. We'll let you know what the result is as soon as we get one. Meanwhile, you can always PM me if you want to talk. That was nice. C-Star's an okay cat. Even VDB and even Joshi, they're okay. They're people. You have been told we are discussing it, and I just read that. If you're unable to listen, which I have, to what is being told to you, which I did, then there is no chance of being unbanned because you cannot seem to comprehend basic instruction, which is rather insulting. If I wasn't able to comprehend basic instruction, if you want to take it to an extreme, then I might not be here today. Basic instruction is like simply being able to know how to make ramen noodles. I am closing this thread. Okay. This was posted at 11:48 a.m. So, about 30 minutes after I posted. I know I've checked back several times today, I think, and I hadn't seen any updates. Which can just be an issue with how the website works, which is fine. I disapprove of how I don't have a way to rebuttal. I can start another thread, but this is clearly what the thread was for. You can even see how I started in a mist of confusion, asking if I had been banned, because the messages I received was you have been temporarily banned. I understood that. A temporary ban, that's fine. However, I think a permanent ban is harsh. I don't believe that I'm that toxic of a person, and I don't believe simply mentioning God or even quoting scripture is significant for a ban. However, let's investigate the rules real quick. I'm pretty sure they have them on here because I know I've read them more than once. Okay, so no advertising, no arguing or fighting, no disrespect. That's a reasonable rule, but we're people, so there's going to be moments, I know that I've actually split up, I've stopped what they call bantering, because I could tell that it wasn't good for them. I actually stopped a few fights as well since I've been there. Okay, that makes sense. Flooding makes sense. Spam makes sense if you're like advertising websites over and over and over again. That makes sense. Scamming makes sense. See, and look at this. Religion. Oh, then they group it together. You have a whole symbol for religion. Mind you, you chose the cross. Out of all the things you could have chose for religion, you chose the cross. So, you know, props for that. Religion, politics, and general discussions of illegal substances. Okay, so why is drugs inside of politics? Drugs are substances. They're, I don't believe that they're politics. But they might be. Maybe I'm not that educated. Are asked to be kept to a minimum, or better yet, not mentioned at all. This is not because we are against your religious beliefs. Really? Okay. And not because we are anti-drug. Kind of seems that way sometimes. But because from experience we've found that these topics quickly cause arguments. Something we don't want in our clan chat. That's valid. It said arguments. Up here it says no arguing or fighting. That's valid. Now there's a difference between having a religious debate and having a religious argument. Is this clan chat not mature enough to have a religious debate? Because if it's not, then there's definitely some areas that we can, I guess they could grow in. However, we encourage intelligent discussions. Okay, intelligent discussions of these topics on our forums under the other section. Oh. So do feel free to create discussion topics under religion or lack of, on your views on the legality of certain substances, and anything else of this sort. Okay. I can live on the thread somewhat. It would have been nice to know that there is a place for that where I'm welcome to post. I've read that before, but I don't recall seeing that part where it was accepted on the forums. So I guess technically religion is not in the CC, but is on the forums. Under other. Let's see what people are posting. Okay, what I assume that means music. Let's count to 10,000. That's funny. That's funny. That's a forum game. That's funny. When real life gets in the way of gains, well, that's a serious topic. Maybe it'll be a mature discussion. Doesn't really feel mature. I've been unemployed for a long time, but I do know what it's like to share time with relatives and friends. Yeah, I know there's typos. Oh well. I'm not really seeing anything about religion, so this might get me banned from the threads, but it clearly says it's perfectly fine. I'm putting I wanted to create a thread and admit that God is great. I love God. I hope that everyone is having a great day today. Okay, so I haven't been banned from the forums. There's a place that I can post. Hi DPS. There's DPS. I have realized that there is a place in Zskillers that I can mention God. I read the rules, and it's permittable to do so on the forums under this section. How do you put permissible? It's permitted, I guess. I hope this sign of maturity influences y'all's decision of letting me back into the clan chat. I read the rules, and I realized that discussion of religion isn't promoted in the clan chat, but is promoted when having intelligent discussions on the forums. That's what I just read. See, I'm learning. I still think it was insulting, but I'm learning. Well, I hope, I sincerely pray, that I'll be able to come back. It matters to me. This isn't just something that, you know, it's not just a game to me. This clan chat matters to me. I enjoy the people. I enjoy the feeling of the clan chat. I enjoy being able to express our games with each other, because sometimes simple GZ keeps you going, and you're like, yes, you know what, I can keep doing this. I'm not trying to be all, you know, down. However, it's rather upsetting. That's what I got for now. I hope that this is reviewed by someone. I hope that you take the time to listen and hear me out. I realized I was kicked once. There's 3 kicks. I'm not quite sure. As far as I'm concerned, the only kicks I've received have been for religion. However, I'm learning. I am grateful to whomever decided and posted that it's okay for us to post on here. Mind you, I am an American, and I know that I have freedom of speech, as well as freedom to practice religion peacefully, as well as freedom to press, which is technically considered press in my opinion. It's a way of posting to each other. It literally is called post, as in the old school word for press. You know, you take it to the post, as in like the newspaper or something like that. I sincerely hope it's still being considered. I think closing the thread was rather immature, because I would like to hear people's opinions. Is it how I mention God? Is it the fact that I just simply mention God? Because I'm not here to make people uncomfortable, and I'm not here to shun or make people feel bad. It's not the purpose of why I came here. That's not the purpose of why I'm still here. I'm here to enjoy some RuneScape and sometimes talk about God. I know I had a gold star at one point, which I was very grateful for. I made the mistake of thinking that it was a joke. However, I feel that there was a lot of more political movement that had occurred that lost me my gold star. I was told that there was complaints similar to how this experience is going, yet I wasn't cited any complaint. Not one. I didn't receive one complaint. Not formally, not informally either. Which is kind of hard to deal with, because then it just feels like someone was at me. But maybe there was complaints. I honestly don't know. feel that I'm growing. I feel like I have a lot of pressure on me from family and friends, and I feel like that's worthy at times. I've been cyberbullied. I've bullied people. Honestly, I have. Sometimes I lash out because I'm being bullied so hard, and that does not make it right. It's just what it is. I've had people call me and tell me I have no life. Just a lie in itself. You're literally talking to a living, breathing being and telling them they have no life. Which can hurt. It can definitely hurt, because it's a misunderstanding of what you're saying too. You don't understand my life. No one understands my life but God. And it's not your place to judge me in that aspect. Some people think I should be doing this. Some people think I should be doing that. Some people think I play RuneScape too much. Yeah, I'm playing RuneScape a lot, but I'm not even playing as much as I used to. It's like, and if you're a RuneScape player, you might feel me on this. It's like the more we give, the more they take. Okay, so I cut back. I don't play as much today. Or I play an hour less. Or 30 minutes less. Then the complaints come again. Then it's another hour. And it's another hour. And I know my true friends see that I enjoy this. This is something that I enjoy. And I know I'm dragging on, but this is for me too. This is me journalizing this experience, because it's the only way that I'm going to be able to handle it and cope with it in a healthy way. And I think it's good to do things like this. If you don't understand RuneScape, that's fine. I don't understand culinary. People that spend hours and hours and hours of their free time cooking food. I mean, that's something I was able to compare it to. However, it's not right for me to tell someone they cook too much, because I don't understand it. I don't have a hobby of cooking, so how can I understand it? Also, when people degrade me and say that it doesn't benefit my life in any way, this game has literally kept me alive at times. Kept me going. Gave me encouragement. Realizing, hey, look there's someone playing too. There's a reason we're here, and yes, we love RuneScape. That's apparent. And that's fine. However, it is hard to deal with judgmental people. And I know I judge people too. I'm not perfect. I say mean things sometimes. I say wrong things sometimes. But that makes me who I am. Without my mistakes, I'd be nothing. Because without my mistakes, there would be no opportunity for growth. But that's how I look at it, because I look at myself as a sinner. I look at other people as sinners as well. I was raised somewhat Baptist, so it's very strong in me to be able to do that. Based on the book of John, I'm able to. Based on Jesus Christ, I'm able to as well. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have hope of being perfect one day. Because of heaven. Because of Jesus Christ. Because of God. God has given us this opportunity to reach perfection. It's up to us whether or not we take that walk. And it's not an easy one. It's a blessed one. It's a loving one. It's one of grace, one of mercy. However, at times it is not easy. So if you're being pushed or persecuted because of your beliefs, then realize that's part of life, and realize that's part of the challenge, and it only makes you stronger. Each time I stand up for my belief in God, each time someone stands up for their belief in God, each time someone stands up for their belief in anything, there's growth. And I don't know if we actually need people to challenge our beliefs, but I do know there's growth when we don't give up. Which sometimes, that feels like the best option. Someone made a sarcastic comment. I said, my friends are they're having issue with me playing RuneScape, and I know one of my friends knows it's something I love and enjoy. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I've been playing for over a decade. I haven't given up. There's moments when I don't want to play RuneScape, when I'm just like, you know what, I'm done with RuneScape. I don't ever want to log in again. You gotta log back in. And no, I don't mean in the sense of an addiction. I mean in the sense of sometimes when you're doing something you have so much compassion for, it's going to be overwhelming to continue because quitting sounds so easy. Oh, if I just give up on RuneScape, I'll have all this free time in my life. But I'd feel like I'm not getting it, what I need, what I chose to do, accomplished. I set goals for myself. Like right now, I'm going for 75 woodcutting. It has took me several hours. It became days. And guess what? I'm going to get 75 woodcutting today because I did something yesterday. Because I did something the day before. Because I did something the day before. It adds up. It's not simply just for fun. It's about dedicating yourself to a task and sticking to it. When you start to lose friends, you stick to it. It's similar like if I would have any other type of hobby. Maybe it'd be music making. What if I spent 8 to 10 hours a day making music and my music doesn't make any money? And then you have people at you, which actually I went back and listened to Eminem. That was kind of funny. And you have people at you saying, oh, it's not worth doing because it doesn't make any money. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Who said it was about the money? But that's how people look at it. They look at it and go, oh, that doesn't make you any money, so it's not worth anything. Okay, well, explain pool to me when you don't gamble. Explain bowling to me when you don't gamble. Explain playing baseball when you don't gamble. Explain reading or writing when it doesn't make you money. It's this wonderful word that we have known as a hobby. We need hobbies. Without hobbies, our stress levels will I almost use a psychological generalization and I apologize, can become so overwhelming that our lives have reached the point where we're barely holding on when it comes to coping. This helps me cope. I play every day. I get my gains. I talk in clan chats. The socialization aspect of it is wonderful. I've been able to meet and talk to people that are places I think I'll never be able to go to travel that far. Australia, Europe, Asia, some people from Spain. I talked to a dude from Spain. Like, what is the likelihood of that occurring except for this game? Yes, there's Facebook. Yes, there's Vampire Freaks. And yes, those are both great social platforms. However, this is something that we're coming together for the same meaning. And that's to get them gains. I know I've ran on, but really this is really good for me, and this is really therapeutic for me. And yes, I'm going to put it on YouTube. And yes, it might offend some people. And yes, I might get some dislikes, and that's fine. If you dislike my content, that is fine. If you could please support your critique, as in what you didn't like about it, that would actually benefit us both. Because honest critique is good critique. I taught my friend that. I said you're going to have good and you're going to have bad critique. As long as the good and the bad critique is honest, it's always for the good, in my opinion. Which is fine. If someone comes in and says, you know what, I don't like this about your video, or let's try to depersonalize it. Even though I know I shouldn't depersonalize. My example about the music. Well, I don't think you make the right kind of genre of music. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe you like a certain genre that isn't in the same genre. For instance, if someone's making hip-hop, a rock critic isn't going to be possibly the best to judge your work. However, even though a rock critic can still provide critique to someone that is creating hip-hop music. one of the biggest things that I have found that is important to the growth of life of human beings is communication. It's very important. It's important for family. It's important for friends. It's important for even enemies. I feel with them closing my thread, it stopped some of the communication, but because of which I also learned that I can post somewhere in the other. Yeah, I might not get that much discussion, but hey, there's somewhere I can post, and I haven't been banned from the threads, so that's decent. Deliver 44. I used to have a star. I did. There for a moment, I actually had a star. It was great. I was like, this is fantastic. Someone's actually acknowledging the fact that I'm mature enough to help out. Thank you for hearing me out, if you listen. I'm grateful that I'm able to journalize this because there's a lot of emotion that would have been stuck, and I'm so grateful that I have the ability to do talk therapy. It's a very great thing. You should try it at home or with your family or with your friends. Just being able to express yourself as much as you can is important for every human being that exists. That's why we have art in the first place. And the Renaissance era. Yeah. So I'm going to post this. Hopefully I get back into the clan chat. I think that they're going to be reasonable and allow me back into the clan chat. I realize that you're not supposed to post or talk about religion inside the clan chat. So maybe when I want to talk about God, I can just be like, hey, let's go to the thread so we can talk about God for a little bit. And that's fine. Y'all can give us our own little section, you know, over here, and then we can come talk about it. Because I know that I'm not the only person that wants to talk about God. Other people are afraid to do so because they don't want to be banned. I brought that point up. I said, we have done Bible studies inside the clan chat where scripture was actually quoted word for word. And I wasn't the only one. That is what they say actually, and the reason why I bring it up is because if we're able to condone a Bible study and it didn't cause any fights, then we've shown that we're mature enough to do so, and that was valid in that point. And that's fine. I think that I might post this on the threads. I don't know where, maybe right under God is good, since I mentioned God in the video. But seriously, I might get me banned from the forums, which would suck. I have enjoyed some of the poetry that has been posted. I liked poetry. I sincerely asked for poetry. I was like, I'm sincerely asking for poetry, and someone wrote some poetry and shared it with us, and I'm very grateful for that because it helped me. It's shown me that someone out there too knows how to write poetry, and it also showed me that it's a valid love of poetry. One of the best gifts God has given us, I believe. So, I hope someone watches this. If not, this is for me to recollect on today and the future, which I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do that. I'm not going to give up. I understand people have different beliefs, and that's fine. Maybe I'm doing something bigger. I honestly can't understand it, but maybe God knows I'm doing something bigger here, and if that's the case, God willing, I'll do it. If it's my calling, I'm going to do it. I've enjoyed it so far. Hope everyone has a great day. God bless you.